So one of the things that I see a lot of third graders doing when they first come to me is that they're having problems subtracting across zeros. And subtracting across zeros is just what it means. So let's say that I have 100 minus 42. A lot of the third graders will go ahead and just do 0 minus 2 is 2, but that's incorrect. So what we do is since we can't, if we have 0 of something, we can't borrow from that and we can't take away from that. So we're going to borrow all the way from this 1, subtract all the way. That's what it means, subtracting across zeros. We got to go across all of those zeros. So this 1, it changes to a 0. This 0 in the tens place becomes a 10. Now, I can't change this 0 in the ones place to a 10 until I borrow from the 10 that I just made. So this 10 in the tens place becomes a 9, and now I can make the 0 in the ones place a 10. So now I have enough objects that I can take away from. So I take 10 minus 2, and that equals 8, and 9 minus 4, that equals 5. So 100 minus 42 equals 58. It's the same case. Let's just change the color here to, let's change to green. Okay, so let's say that I want to, let's say I don't have, say I want to take away from 1500. And I want to subtract, let's do 328. Okay? So in this case, I wouldn't go all the way to the 1. I would go to the 5. So again, a lot of kids will make the mistake of just doing 0 minus 8 equals 8. And that's not the case. So we want to borrow from the 5. The 5 is now going to change to a 4. This 10 in the 0 in the tens place, excuse me, becomes a 10. But remember, we've got to borrow from the 10 that we just made to make this a 10. So this one changes to a 9. So 10 minus 8, that's 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. And then I have this lonely old 1 on 1500 out here by itself. So 1 minus nothing is 1. So my answer would be 1,172. Well, I can do one more for you. Let's say that I want to, let's say that I have 2,400, and I'm subtracting 1,394. So I would take and I would go all the way to that 4 in the hundreds place for 2,400, and I'll borrow from it because I can't borrow from something if I don't have anything to take away. So I'm going to make the 4 a 3. This first 0 in the tens place becomes a 10, but remember I gotta borrow again to make the 0 in the ones place a 10. So 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer would be 1,006.